I now have the pleasure of introducing our next speaker, an artist who runs her own not-for-profit organization, graduated from the Odyssey Project in 2023, and is currently enrolled in the basic program of liberal studies for arts and adults at the University of Chicago. Here she is, Miss Sweet Mary Day herself, Dulce Maria Diaz.
Wow. My name is Dulce Maria Diaz. I was born in my grandma's house in a rural small town called Tumbiscatillo de Ruiz. It was a place without showers nor electricity. My father was not present when I was born. He was here in the United States playing music as a mariachi, which ultimately led for our migration in 1988. I am the youngest of four, and I remember crossing the border through California wearing my red and white polka dot dress. True story. I remember crossing the border, and I remember the coyotes that helped carry me. I remember the first time I saw snow. Later, I remember a woman that came into our local library in the Gage Park neighborhood where we later moved. And I remember when she spit at me and called me a name. Oppression easily brings about broken childhood dreams, broken homes, and desperate means. I really wanted to belong. I wanted to be a part of the society that was accepted. And my oldest sister, she warned me that without education, I would never be respected. We, the people of the United States of America, did not speak to me. Mexicanos al grito de guerra did not speak to me either. I didn't belong, but I learned to wear the mask. And even if I couldn't be accepted, at least I could try to be respected. I knew I couldn't afford a degree, but I also knew that I had to look good in paper in order to survive. I put myself through paralegal studies and worked with the best mentors who truly cared for their clients. As I got older and worked with other firms that lacked this care, that made it very difficult. But God put me in this path, and God also sent me this message to return to school, where I returned to study business for arts at the University of Chicago. I laughed at this dream when I couldn't even afford a degree, but God made sure that even though I was rejected from this program at the University of Chicago 4 times, I took all of its lessons and started my own nonprofit. It felt more like a calling that I just couldn't ignore, sharing His energy. It was in 2020 when oppression removed me from the legal profession, and in search of free schooling, I found out about the Illinois Humanities. The Odyssey Project, my world changed. This was a real place where so many other people like me who had been oppressed out of opportunities for higher education. The warmth received from the Odyssey Project, from Mbeki and its leaders, it wasn't fake. and it wasn't temporary. I graduated year 1 feeling more confident. Oh, okay, I wasn't alone. And then I graduated in year 2 in 2023, where I had the honor to be a class speaker at the National Mexican Museum of Fine Art. This was a time when my father was hospitalized. I drove directly from our graduation to the Cincinnati's Freedom Center in Ohio. And it was there where I gained a fresh perspective of the importance of the Illinois Humanities work. Because of my involvement with the Illinois Humanities, I was able to return to my passion of arts and education and receive the sponsorship to the University of Chicago Liberal Arts for Adults, where I get to focus more on humanities and philosophy and get to be part of the class of 2027. We, the people of the United States of America, it finally speaks to me. I do matter. I finally understand just how much we matter and how important our voices are to constitutionalize a fresh meaning to inclusion and true liberty to all. Mexicanos al grito de guerra, one nation, because under God we are one. I thank you, Gabe, Becky, and everyone that has worked so hard to keep the Illinois Humanities humane, when empathy and support, even when we are facing the current challenging times, now more than ever. I want to remind us, the harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few. Matthew 9:37. Thank you.